Good afternoon, participants, dear participants. Sir has already joined. Welcome, Sudhir sir. Sudhir sir, are you there? Sir is joining in 5 minutes. Welcome, Sudhir Bhale, sir. Sir, your voice, you please unmute your audio. Speak.
Okay, now?
Yeah, now it's audible, sir. Welcome, sir.
Okay.
Shall we wait for another 2 to 5 minutes? Let other participants join. We will start, sir.
Okay, right.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Sir, you can start, sir. They will join in the between.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, sir.
Video is coming?
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Okay, right. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to everybody. The session we will start on the technology adaptation or its management or assistive technology for the persons with autism or intellectual disability. Basically, on the autism. When we will think about the technology adaptation, you people may feel that something engineering, something devices, something mechanical, but basically technology adaptation in the field of disability rehabilitation, it consists as a continuous process for the giving three-way input to the children with autism. What three-way? One, physical, environmental. Second, one is assistive devices and second is the adaptive devices. Let us, I have to clear it. Assistive in the rehabilitation field, just like a modified chair, aid, just like a tricycle, just like a crutches, all these are the assistive devices. But when we talk about the assistive devices and adaptive devices, the adaptation is an the important role in the field of autism. Why? If you see the children with autism as having the learning problem, having the behavioral problem, having the sensory problem. This is the main area where we require the adaptive devices. Now, when we think why these adaptive devices we required, one thing is that first, make a support to children learn the better. Make the support to children have a understand the receptive of the your goal. And third thing is, it should be the environmental free to teach by the professional. What is the outcome of the adaptive technology or is that it's reduced the role. It reduced the load on the teacher, support to individual get the better thing to learning and improve the ADL activity. Now, how it's possible for the children with autism? I will give the example. This is I have the handle of the some drawer handles. It is one manufacturing unit, we can see it. Now, I want to give this task to the children with autism, or maybe we have to fix like this and try to this, and where we have to put it. When we think about the adaptation about the workstation, where the children with autism or hyperactivity or HD has to perform the work or learn the activity, so we have to develop like this. This is the one of the adaptive device. This is the things. See, having the 1, 2, 3, this is made with the cardboard. And now when we have performed the task, here is the screw, here is the things, and child has to take from this both, and finished product will go to here. Finished product will go to here. So it is reducing the eye-hand coordination towards the distraction. Distraction is reduced. It is a white based, and it will be the complete eye-hand coordination to perform a assembly job. This like a same thing to having the quantity and quality wise. This is the one another where we have to separate all these things, remove the cup and pack it. So this we are called the sorters. Sorting the things, it is the sorter. And this is the most important thing in the autism training or autism education, to give them the sorter, they can learn the better things. Because this is the 3-way, before you see is that 2-way. Like that, we have to go with the 5-way and 6-way sorters. These sorters take the important yellow in this, red in this, green in this. So separation. It means it's reduce the load on teacher also, where to put, where to sort it, and child has to get, or our persons with autism has to get the perfect eye-hand coordination with the finished product or having the perform the task. Now, why this technology adaptation is required? When we see that previously we are having the goal plan, we are having the lesson plan, we are having the task analysis. Now we will come to the task analysis and role of the adaptation. When we have take a goal as a some task, and that task is having the problem to perform by the child, that time we make the subtask. When subtask is not work, we make the micro task. When micro task is not work, that time we make the nano task. But one thing is that when nano task is not working, then we have to go for the creative thinking. And that creative thinking makes the chance to develop a adaptive devices. Example, the child with having a autism, hyperactivity, hand flipping, and he is having the gait problem. And we are giving him gait training for his best walking or best balancing on the parallel bar. Now, parallel bar is the assistive device to take a physiotherapy game or take a gait training on parallel bar. But when this child is having the no eye-hand coordination, no having the holding proper, to the side parallel bar and not having the having the problem in sensory with the foot. So touch is the most important, attention is the most important, and fine motor and gross motor is the important in the great training. Now, how we can do the adaptation for this? Basically, we people with the NIMH, National Institute for the Mentally Handicapped, previously now it is a NIEPID, in 2008 taken a project on gait training. What we developed on that project? We developed one digital path which is put in the base of the parallel bar, and there the children who are having the hyperactivity, not having the attention, and they have to develop the gait there, we put the parallel bar there. When the child come for the gait training, we put the right leg or left leg in the parallel bar. That time, that parallel bar says, welcome Rahul, welcome to you for gait training. Now, after the 2-3 steps, he will get the reinforcement of his music. What is his favorite music? That will be get him the reinforcement. Like suppose he will like a song, ding chika ding. So it will be the when he put the press on that path, that switches will be pressed and he will get the reinforcement. Then he will get the audio. Same time he will see in the front there will be the lighting dancing in the front of parallel bar. So it means when the child is not ready to take the gait training, when putting the audio visual reinforcement to the child, then he is interest shown to the gait on the gait training. So this way, there is the things that the adaptation comes when the problem is arises, when the assistive technology is not fulfill the need of his training or education or therapy. Now we can see the technology have the another part. One is mechanical based, one is electronics based. Sometimes it's both based. Both means mechanical and electronics. When we say that the mechanical and electronics, it's called mechatronic based. What is the mechatronics? It's best example of the automatic having the hand wash or automatic having the sanitizer where we can put the hand, sanitizer is coming. What is that? That is a mechatronics. Mechanical plus electronics. There is the motor which pumps the liquid and electronically sensor grabs the your hand sensors and shadow, then they will catch the moment and this will come. Now think about this. Where we can apply this technology in the field of autism, or when we take this adaptation. The adult girl has having the problem with toilet training, and we people always give the right to Persons with Disability Act and their rights important. Now, the adult girl with autism not able to sit and pass the urine, how you can train her? We are not ready to disturb, or we are not the people to have to serve his privacy to disturb her. Now, what we will do it, we'll put the same sensor on the level of her height and sitting. When girls sit in the bathroom, it will give the biff she has sit. So no need to disturb her privacy, and we have to give the, after closing door, outside command, sit down. When she sits, you will get the signal as like a biff or like a light. This is the adaptation we can use for the children with autism to give them the toilet training as a mechatronics. Same thing, I will give the example how it's work. This technology, how it works. It's based on the photosensor, or it's both based on the mechatronics. I will give the example here. I have the sensor system. This is a 9-volt battery based one sensor. I developed it. which gives the some time of signal, which is very powerful to that to remain the things. This type of sensor is there. When we put the signal in front of this, you will see it's working, it's working, it's working. So this is the things. This is the mechatronic devices, which is called the sensor based. So these things is a photo sensor, which can be used for the child with autism to how its movements, its a frequent movements. You put here the digital counter, how many times he flipped the hands, how many times he get out from his chair, how many times you give the correct answer, how many times he gives the wrong answer, which we attach this sensor to a table with having the switches, which gives the right or wrong answer. Or we can attach the same sensor with touch based, touch apple, touch ball, touch, tell me where is the apple, tell me where is the cow. Like this, we have to take the little bit ABA, applied behavior analysis therapy based teaching techniques with the mechatronics. Now, where we can apply all this technology in the area of one, technology adaptation for autism is required in the most properly. In the first area is called sensory integration. Second is on the teaching learning material. Third is developing a tool. If you are seeing this, this is the all this the instrument based adaptation or adaptive devices. Adaptability on the other side is the checklist, assessment tools, and the therapeutic tools on the exercise book, teaching learning material. Based on that, we can do the assistive or adaptive technology for the children with autism or persons with autism. He can learn his maximum capacity. Now, when we think about the important role of the technology is in the field of autism, it goes to the approaches. What are the approaches of the adaptive technology? How we can approach for the technology, where we require, how we implement the adaptive devices, and who will support, where we come the demand of adaptive devices. One, community means the therapeutic center, education center, institutes. Second, industries, where the all machinery is made for the skilled labor and machinery is made for the normal person. But when our child perform a job or do a work, then we require some modification for the devices, adaptive devices or regular devices, where we can adapt them or make a adaptive which suitable to his degree of disability, where he can give the maximum output. Now, there are the two type of adaptation we require. Some small or less skilled, and other is maximum more skilled labor or skilled worker. There we have the two another approaches. One is traditional modification, one is non-traditional. Traditional is having the based on the mechanical. Suppose he is having the chair less, chair is having the height less, we can modify the chair with height. He is having the bending problem, we have to push the wheel to the and spring loaded suspension to the chair. he can bend and his handwork can be become the easy. This is the mechanical. But when the material comes in the front of, he has to perform the role of his work. That time when we says the electronics based sensor will work on his work, that workstation will come to him, he will check it the one devices, fix it and give it, the material will come, it is a belt type, then we can say that is a very skilled or very high level adaptation. This approaches gives the you to think creative and innovative way. Now some guidelines for the adaptation. Adaptation of the devices or adaptation of technology in teaching means when we take the autism prerequisite learning skill. What are the prerequisite learning skill is required to the children with autism is that number concept, color concept, shape concept, and activity of the daily living. What are our surrounding words, trees, flowers, animals, and this. It is the mainly on the prerequisite learn. Now, how we will make the adaptation. Previously, we are using the color cards, touch red, touch V. Now, adaptation is that you have the one whiteboard where you can press the button. There the three color will be the round, red, green, blue. Touch blue, touch red, touch green. When he touch to green, it will says, okay, you are correct. It is green. Wow, it's nice. This is the one adaptive devices which make to learn for the children. Why this type of devices or TLM required or adaptive devices? Because this is the specific area of the children with autism. They are having the interest in very moving things, innovative things, colorful things, and music, sound, and they are having the little bit vibration based, sensory based devices is required to autism because they are their likeness. They required to have the touch like that, flipping hands, having the dancing, having this. But we have to think about the systematic and scientific assessment of the child with autism. When we are thinking, the adaptive devices is the important role in the field of autism for their learning, for their skill, and for their receptive level. Basically, receptive level. Why? Because technology adaptation is nothing but an important role of providing a artificial intelligence. Means minimize the decision making and make the job simplification. Minimize the physical movement and make the easy to workstation. Minimize the distraction and take a full eye-hand coordination. That is the important for the developing adaptive devices. Now, adaptive devices available are in the field of autism. Till the best devices list is the 37. I will count something. What are that? 1. Color app, number app. These are the apps available. Then traffic signal, 2 color combination, 2 sentence make. What this color says. These are the 3 colors, green, red, and yellow. Wow. These colors, where we see the app will answer, this is the traffic signal. Now tell me, red color says, stop, stop, stop. Yellow color says, wait for get the green signal. And green says, go. These are the things which will be in the rhythmical or some song way in the front of children. These are the apps. Where is the having the academic apps? Where is having the shopping apps? where is having the reading apps. Reading apps, there is the one reader pen. We can put with the sensor on battery with that pen and put on the book. That's called a digital book, where the pen reads and you can listen the direct word which is on the text base is converted in the audio base. This is the things where we can think about the adaptive devices can support it. Now, when we are in the area of technology adaptation, there are the three things we have to think about the adaptive devices. Autism is the important role where the maximum need of adaptive devices. Why? When we see about the characteristics and when we are seeing the assessment of autism, sensory integration 1, behavior 2, receptive 3, and eye-hand coordination 4. These are the 4 area where is the we have to develop a adaptive devices. What are these adaptive devices we can use? Sensory, we require the gait training adaptive devices. We require the fine motor, gross motor adaptive devices. We require the visual performance where we can take the 100% attention or eye-hand coordination to do it. These are the area where we can do in the therapeutic way the adaptation. Learning area where we can say the academic area, smart classroom is already available and reading things are available. We can do the things where the workstation has to develop. Now, I will give the example of that. Previously, we are cutting the thermocol by using the blade. Is right? Now, what is the things where we can develop the area of previously? Now, we are developed the technology. We are developed the something that can be used as a device of adaptive devices. What is that adaptive devices is that I will show you some photographs where we can say that the one heating filaments give you the work as eye-hand coordination. How it is you can see it. There is the area which can be the do it. How it's happen? Thermocol cutting by the blade is required a lot of skill and required a lot of hand coordination. To minimize these things, we develop one thermocol cutting machine where is the one only heating filament. You can put the thermocol in down with any drawing and you go for as a wood cutting machine. It cuts. But what is the important in this development? When you touch to the filament, when you touch to the surrounding area, there is nothing any hazard or nothing any damage. It is operated on only DC voltage of 5. You can touch, it will not feel the any burn case or any burning or anything spark or anything. It is very safety DC operated things for the thermocol cutting. Now, how this adaptation comes? When we survey in the 2011-12 in the Hyderabad and surrounding area, we found that there is a 1.7 crore rupees business of the thermocol craft. What is that thermocol craft business? Letters for marriage. You can go to the function hall. You can see the thermocol cutting banners are there. You can see the in Christmas Santa Claus is required. You can see the sky lamp is required in Diwali. You can see the birthday banners is required. How this makes? This is a 1.75 crore rupees the business in the Hyderabad for per year for small shops, those who are not the big in the stationery, into gully. So we developed that machine and given to the 5 children and take a order from the shop owner, and these people make the thermocol craft alphabets and sell to the shops. The main thing is that it is very easy to cut, it is very easy to decorate, it is a lightweight material, and it is give the margin of profit. How it gives the margin of profit is based on that. The thermocol craft is the most important thing in the celebration of the functions. Why these things? Because the manufacturing cost goes to the near about 75 paisa for per thermocol word, and it gives the 5 rupees to 7 rupees income in the per word as per the size. Maximum is the 2 rupees. 75 paisa is the manufacturing cost of the alphabets of thermocol when we adapt for the autism. So in this area, developing a economically based, employment based adaptive devices for the persons with autism, it is another one importance of the adaptive devices. Now, adaptive devices having the area where we can see the how and who can develop the adaptive devices. The adaptive devices are basically in the mechanical and mechatronics. Mechatronics is the most important. We have a lot of sensors in our areas. Sensor based, light sensor based, color sensor based, movement based, photo sensor based. All these things are the sensory integration based. Now, fourth thing is I was in the NIPMED, National Institute for Multiple Disability. We developed the one adaptive devices for the deaf blind autism also. What is that? That device is nothing but we taken a vibrator from the mobile and put in the watch with the remote, which use the vibration to deaf blind to make a communication. This is the adaptive devices where we can make the simple thing. Now, adaptive devices and their outcome. What are the outcome of adaptive devices in the field of autism? Number one, it's reduced the load on the teacher. Second thing, it is a systematic, scientific, and very well known to the perform a job or complete a task. It is reduce the distraction of autism child. The adaptive devices and technology or assistive devices make fun to learn in the area of autism. Now, this is the main features. Now, another behind that, you can assess the child with adaptive devices or assistive devices. How it's done? Simply, we can see the adaptive devices in the assessing to the child with autism. We have the ISA, Indian Scale for Autism. We can make in the software and click the button. It is the adaptation, because without disturbing the things, without taking the any distraction, you only observe the child, give the task to the child, where we can think that the one rule of adaptation is autism children, we have to develop a non-comparative, non-demanding relationship with the autism. How? Because this is the non-contingent pairing with the autism gives the lot of output. That for the other thing, without any devices are the available ISA, available touch, available teach, available TCC, available technique is RFCC, available method is the teaching methods, available is the digital classroom, available is the computer software, available is the mathematical and picture based, figure based, drawing based adaptive apps. These are the things where we have to adapt for the child, where they can perform their work or perform their learning job as his capacity to his degree of highest learning capacity. How these things are important in the area of autism. Autism teachers or the autism professionals, we always have to teach to the child, or we have to perform their assessment. We are having the goal-based activity. Now, goal is based on their current level, and we have to take the output. Now, what is the important role for there? Suppose one child who is having the perfect in the verbal but not perfect in the physical. He verbally told the all spellings. He verbally tell the all names of weeks or months, but he is not able to identify the correct spell in when we put in the front of his card. Now, when he is having the distraction, we have to make from start with the adaptive devices for the sorter. I previously told you, but basically this is the one where we can make the grassroots level adaptive devices. This is for the sorting in the 2. It not goes the 3. You can see it is not possible to fix the 3. Means it is the adaptive devices, or this is the adaptation where we can only sort the 2. This is the 2. You can try to fix the 3, it will not happen. So these are the adaptive sorter where we can sort only in the pair of 2. How it's the pair of 2 sorts? The see that there is the limitation is given for the space. So means if you want to sort the only two pieces of the equal things, it will be the became the best things to sorting adaptation for the children with autism. Only two. So no need to have the things to third has to come here. It is a directly decision that 2, 1 to red, 1 to green, 1 to blue, 1 to yellow, 1 to orange. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is the 5 sorter. So these are the things where we can use the things for the adaptive device when teaching is the concept. Next is that who will make and how to approach for the adaptive devices. Simply, adaptive devices can made by the grassroots level, or made by the technical level, or made by the professional level. How it's happened? Suppose one's teacher has stuck with his task and he has got the idea, sir, my child who is I am training, giving, but he don't have the one hand and he is having the more flipping to his hand due to his sensory. So he is not able to make the stapling the pin. It is the problem of one teacher. My child is trained in all area. Now I have to teach him how to staple, but his physical demand is not complete due to his shivering hands and sensory problem. He is not able to press the stapler. Now what we can do? This is the problem with his teaching where his disability or his inability stuck. Now we have to teach him to stapling. Simple thing, we have to take that stapler, fix on the one stool or table with the screw, make a hole and put the scooter or motorcycle or this scooty paddle at the down, and with the spring, when we press with the foot and put the paper in the front of stapler. So no need to press by hand. It will be the foot operated stapler. This is the things where we have to think about the creative thinking. Now, what is mean by the creative thinking? I told you, when you are teaching any task which not able to perform by child, his capacity is not, or he is not able to perform the one task. Now we have to divide in subtask. Subtask is also not he is able to perform. Now we have to same task convert into micro task, and micro task is also not working. That time we have to convert that micro task into nano task, and nano task is not working. Then we have to think something creative. That is called where we have to think about non-traditional way to support him as a work perform or a complete the task. Now, how we can think about this? One, we have to assess his limitation. We have to assess his body structure. We have to assess his physical performance and strength. And then we have to assess with receptive level or his cognitive level. According to that, suppose one child is having very continuous flipping hand and he is distraction with hand, but he is not learning the things. And when he is having the something rough face and he is touching, that is the sensory problem. Now, what we can do? Simple. Adaptation is comes with the thinking and creative. Give the vibrating hand cell phone in his hand where he can feel the vibration and he can see and perform his task. Right, this hand to go there and he has to do like this and do that. Give the vibrating phone, vibration phone, phone in his hand. That will be his stimulation. He will get that and we will complete the task from him, whatever you are giving, the sorting, whatever you are giving the things. This is the basic things of the creative thinking. Creative thinking makes you allow to think beyond the limit. When normally we are doing work, we have to think beyond that. That is the one of the things gives the most important role to teacher to have a something another way. All are the adaptation based on the three reinforcement. One, physical reinforcement. Third is audio visual reinforcement. And third is cognitively interest developing reinforcement is the important role in the adaptive devices. How it's suppose we can see the app which is developed on the animal based. When we touch to the animal, it gives the his sound. Cat meow, pig wei. These are the sounds which stimulate the children with autism have a audio, visual and hand coordination on that app. Means we are taking his better learning only, not only showing the picture, not only touching the picture, but we taking the three sense, visual sense, then touch, tactile sense, and hearing the sound is auditory sense. So it is the most important to have a important role of the teachers also in the area of adaptive. You got the idea? Speak with your friends. You got the idea? You can speak with the professional. Carpenter can make the adaptive devices. Electrician can make the adaptive devices. Special teacher can make the adaptive devices. Professional in the field can develop the adaptive devices. There is nothing limit to develop a adaptive devices. Now, category and importance think about the adaptive device. How should be the quality of your adaptive device? One, it is a very grassroots level always. It is cost effective. It should be the cost, no more cost. It is very easy to operate. It is very easy to maintenance, and it is give the 100% suitability or 80% suitability to suit or to perform the task in 80% accuracy by the child with autism. This is the basic thing of the technology. Adaptive devices, assistive devices. Assistive devices assess only, but adaptive devices beyond that make them to work, make them to complete the task. Now, adaptive devices, nothing but a small type of a basic artificial intelligence to support them. Adaptive devices minimize the decision making and make the task. But same time, adaptive devices gives the reinforcement to the children with autism to work on that. Adaptive devices have the capacity to make the 100% task within a time, with quality, with quantity. How it's? Adaptive devices should be the colorful. Adaptive devices should be the lightweight. Adaptive devices should be the joyful. Adaptive devices should be the no things. I think the area where we are having hello? Yes. Finally, the adaptive devices are having the vital role and important role in the autism because the 19 characteristics, 19 their problem we can maximally give the adaptive devices in the area of early intervention, therapy, and all these things. So it is final that technology is not only for the children with autism, that is also the technology for the us with the professional also. I think thank you very much. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Hello.
Sudhir sir, thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you very much. Any participant who have any clarification, any questions, you can go ahead, ask sir.
Okay. I'm ready to. That's why I stop on the 10 minutes is there. Anybody is having question, please?
Yes, and yes, any participants, if you have any queries regarding the
Adaptive
mechatronics.
devices, who will develop, how it's important, how we can develop basic tips for the developing the adaptive devices in the area of teaching learning material, in the area of employment, in the area of therapeutic, in the area of early intervention. Any question you can ask, I will support you for the how it's happened. I think nobody has having any inquiry question about this.
Okay. I think we will share. I think we have already. Yes,
Yes, yes. Thank you, all of you.
we'll share
So,
the assessment test. I think we
okay.
have already shared. You have
Okay.
a 10 minutes participants. You can give
I think
your answers.
because the basically the professionals, teachers or therapists are joining this program, they may
Mhm.
have basically I expect the people of occupation therapy and physiotherapy people, they can ask for the developing some sensory integration based devices or special teacher, they may ask about the sir, this is the things how we can develop the mechatronic based teaching learning material. All this area is open and this is the fast word. We have to catch all these thing adaptive devices, develop our own because it gives the very good output.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
So nobody is having any questions. Okay, thank you then. Yes. Hello, Sai Teja. Yes. Anybody? Okay, I'm seeing
They
that.
are they are giving you
They
the
are giving
thank you.
others. Okay.
Anyways, we have shared the form, test form.
Okay.
Uh, we can see how much they have understood.
Okay.
Mhm. And dear participants, you have another 5 minutes. You can take your time to start the next session. And once it is done, just give me a message in the chat box so that we can proceed to the other speaker. Sir
Okay.
has already joined.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir
Sure,
sir.
sir.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
Thank
you
you,
much.
very
sir.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Srinivasulu, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shall we wait for 5 minutes? Let test gets over, then we will start, sir.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, I think all participants have answered. They are messaging it. Okay, so Srinivasulu, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir, to our theory program. Thank you very much for accepting this. I want you to introduce yourself for 1 minute, and you can start the session, sir. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you, Suraj.
Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, participants.
Good
Welcome
afternoon,
to
sir.
our afternoon session. So this is about the work competency development for autism. So myself, I am Srinivasulu, assistant professor in vocational training. Presently, I am
Sir, can
working.
you, sir, sorry to interrupt. We are not able to see you. Can you, yeah, that's all right.
It's okay, sir.
Yeah, a little bit. Now it's okay, sir. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So participants, myself, I am Srinivasulu, assistant professor in vocational training. Presently, I am working at NIEPID, National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Intellectual Disabilities, which is at Secunderabad, Boinpelli. So I have my basic qualification in diploma in vocational training. I'm made in special education. I'm in psychology. Presently, I am pursuing a PhD program. Uh, Participant, this session is about the development of competencies for different developmental disabilities, ID, and autism spectrum related disorders. So my topic is a very brief concept regarding the development of different activities and competency preparation for different needy clients. So when we are dealing with autistic students, we must understand their capacities, their skills, their attitude, their characteristics, their traits. So as of now, there are a very less amount of literature and data available for preparation towards a work-oriented program. If you see in our Indian context, so there are different type of tools available for assessing the specific needs. For example, educational program of assessment tools for educational assessment. Developmental areas, developmental tools are available. For example, MTPS and Portage, all these things. For behavioral, you can observe the basic MR, basal MR, and work behavior tools. So for dealing with autistic students, then you require specific components for assessment of vocational training. For intellectual disabilities or other disabilities, in the sense you can use the regular assessment tools, for example, VAPS, vocational assessment and programming system. So as of now, there is no specific tool available for autism with spectrum disorder for assessing their work competencies. So what exactly the work competencies? So participants, so you have an idea regarding the skills and capacities. So before 2015, there is a different era. So organizations are conducting the skill training program, vocational training program, vocational work competency development programs based on their availability of infrastructure and facilities. But now the picture, whatever be the current scenario, is completely different comparing to the earlier acts and in 2015. What is the difference? In the sense you can see the latest policies and schemes. We have a new RPD Act. Then the SCBWD Skill Council is a new chapter for approaching or undertaking the job roles. So because of this reason, we have to follow certain norms for training to the all these PWDs. So now today my topic about this, for reaching to these norms, whatever be the skill council norms, then as per the new RPD guidelines. So I would like to share the competencies part for autism. So please observe the activities and the slides. I would like to share my presentation. Are you able to see my PPT, sir?
Yes, sir. We can see. Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are different kind of competencies. So there is a no paragraph kind of text added in this presentation. Here I am focusing about the competencies only. So all of you are aware the PECS method for teaching autistic students, because autistic students have a certain kind of characteristics for their language and communication, their way of approach, their educational program. So that is the reason what we have to do. We have to plan in a systematic way. So what kind of systematic procedures we have to follow for teaching autism with spectrum disorders, autistic students. So here I am showing a slide by slide. So there are different kind of competencies. If you can observe from the nature of a training program to the vocational. So there are competencies related to paper related skills, such as here you can see the shuffling. Shuffling the paper means just moving the papers from left side to right side alignment. So based on this shuffling task, you can remove the papers sticking one among other, so that you can avoid any kind of disturbances while inserting the papers into Xerox machine or spiral binding kind of thing, or a lamination machine. Because we are providing training on different kind of manufacturing related tasks, machine related operations. So during that time, definitely we have to do some kind of operations. For example, paper related competencies, shuffling, positioning the paper, counting the papers, folding paper, creasing papers, cutting papers, gumming, drying, pasting, etc. So these are all different kind of competencies generally we can observe during the paper related skills. So if you concentrate on this particular competence, then the student will understand. So this competence is very much required for performing different kind of paper related skills. Here we are not teaching the complete activity. See, because the pre-vocational, whatever be the transition stage for the post-secondary pre-vocational students, we have to develop the first stage of skills, that is development of competencies. So competencies list here I am sharing to you regarding what kind of competencies we can teach for the paper related skills. Hello? I'm going a little bit faster. Is it okay? Suresh sir.
Yeah, that's all right, sir. That's all right.
So for your information, special educators and professionals, I am sharing the different kind of paper related competencies. Shuffling, positioning, whatever the vertical or horizontal positioning. So they should understand what is the positioning of paper, then counting the paper. So what kind of skills are required for counting the paper? For example, if you are assessing with the ACP program or WAPS criteria, then you have to understand different kind of fine motor skills. For example, participants please mute your mobile phones and laptops. Otherwise, it is difficult to understand by other participants. Right. When we are using materials, raw materials or tools, equipments, so we have to apply certain amount of force with our 4 fingers. See, 2 fingers grasp in the sense pincer grasp, three fingers in the sense tripod grasp, 4 fingers means opponent. Holding a paper means palm grasp. So like that, there are different kind of grasps we have to develop for the students. So during that time, we can use different kind of materials. So by using different kind of materials, we have to develop these kind of competencies related to a particular activity. So this is the domain, paper related activities and paper related competencies. So which are very much essential for performing manufacturing related, paper related activities. So shuffling, positioning, counting, folding, creasing, cutting, gumming, pasting, pressing and drying are the very much important for paper related activities. If you see in envelope making, file pad making, box file making, scribbling pad making, greeting card making, photo frame making. So whatever be the activity is different, but the competencies, major subtasks and prerequisites and competencies are common in all these kind of activities. So whatever be the activity just now I mentioned, because all these activities is included, the materials are common, that is a paper. So that is the reason. So we have to plan and we have to develop a certain amount of prerequisite skills and specific job skills on these competencies. Okay. So these are the pictorial representation here I am showing. Suppose the person is mixing the play cards, whatever be the playing cards. So during that, this is called shuffling, so that the air bubble will be removed one among other papers. So it will avoid the sticking kind of difficulties. Then assembling spirals. So when you are assembling a paper during the spiral binding activity, you must have an idea regarding what is the clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. So clockwise direction in the sense assembling means spirals will be assembling for the papers. Anti-clockwise direction in the sense, so you are removing the papers. So these type of competencies we have to teach to the intellectual disability, developmental disability, and autism students. Then the third image is the rolling about the paper. By using this work activity and development of competency, we can prepare n number of end products. You can prepare a photo frame, coasters, then trays. So like that, n number of end products we can prepare with this rolling and stacking kind of subtask and competencies, inserting sheets into the machine. So these are the pictorial representation for your idea. Now, so what is the advantages, implications of this training? So after completion of this competency based kind of training, what will be the implication? See, here I am developing the competencies with regard to the paper, the first column, whatever be the column I mentioned in the work competencies box. So these are the competencies. The second column, whatever I mentioned in the subtask, by applying or by developing these competencies, I can develop the subtask of counting papers, folding papers, creasing papers, etc., etc. Like this, second job is very clearly mentioned in the subtask. So for performing the subtask and developing the competencies, I require the certain amount of skills. Those skills are prerequisite skills. For example, hand coordination, fine motor skills, color concept, number concept, size concept, shape concept, direction concept, paper orientation means vertical or horizontal kind of thing, alignment of the paper, use of different kind of job aids, use of adaptation. It depends upon the degree of the disability. We can use certain amount of job aids. Then safety skills while performing the task or activity. So this is about the prerequisite skills. So what type of materials required for performing this subtask and developing the competencies? The fourth column is clearly mentioning papers, creaser, gum, then calco cloth, labels, then lace, pins, cardboard, waste cotton, covering sheet, and job aids, for example, wooden creaser. So instead of creasing with your thumb and whatever be the other fingers, it is very difficult for repetition kind of activity. That is the reason I mentioned job aid. So wooden creaser we can use for creasing the papers. For example, you are preparing a handmade paper bag. So for creasing handmade paper in the sense by manual, means manual performance in the sense by using your thumb and index finger, it is difficult for repetitive kind of tasks. So during that time, you can use some kind of wooden creasers for creasing the job or task. Adaptive device, for example, label pasting, lace insertion, and holes punching. So it depends upon the activity, the adaptive device demands will be high. So after completion of this competency development, by using this raw material, we can suggest to the particular person for making a particular activity such as file cover making, the last column, file cover making, file board making, writing pad making, envelope preparation, paper bag making, scribbling pad preparation, then diaries making, greeting card making, box file, L folder, photo books, and quotes frame. So these are the advantages if you develop these competencies. So participants, are you understanding this picture? It's a simple chart I am showing, the diagram I am showing, the table. So by developing these competencies, there are so much amount of advantage in their future for employment or any kind of job placements. The first one, the first column, work competencies column, and the last column, implications column. It's one among interlink between the students' capacities and job placement option. So here we have to observe the demand of the work competencies in paper related skills, the implications of the training after completion of your 6 months or 1 year training, where we can place. So these many opportunities we can provide to that needy people. Understand? So based on these competencies, we can refer particular adult persons with needy in around 12 job of activities, because all these activities included paper related skills only, either file cover or file board or writing pad, envelope. So maximum of activities having the paper related skills only. So it's a repetitive kind of subtasks and repetitive kind of raw materials and prerequisites, work competencies are common in these many activities. So that is what the advantage of this competency development for developmental delay IDs and autism students. So for your information, here I am every time I am focusing skill. Skill is an ability to perform a task. Okay. So simple definition for you people, participants, it's an ability to perform a task. Dash is an ability means skill is an ability to perform a task. So up to column number 4, work competencies, major subtasks, prerequisite skills, and raw materials. So these 4 columns are focusing about the special educator's role. So up to 12 years or 15 years, special educator has to focus for preparing some kind of toolkit or any kind of raw material using by you applying or using this toolkit box, they can develop the competencies. Once they complete the pre-vocational training or post-secondary program, then after joining the vocational kind of training program, short duration or longitudinal kind of training, so a vocational instructor can easily accommodate in a particular job placement program. So this is what the advantage regarding the competencies to the training. Okay. Similarly, I can give one more example with the detailed information, thread related work. So there are different kind of thread related work. We can also call it as a tailoring related or cloth related works. So it includes different kind of work competencies. For example, holding the needle or cloth, then positioning the items means whatever the items or materials you are using or holding. So in a certain amount of angle, you have to hold for positioning the materials, then tying, then removing, then knotting, needle threading, line stitching. So stitching is the competency. So these are the some competencies in thread related work. So by applying these competencies, we can refer a particular person for cloth related activities. So maximum amount of time, this type of competencies are very much suitable for the women with ID, women with autism. So these competencies are having a lot of demand or scope for tailoring related activities. The actual terminology, we can call it as sewing machine operation. See, in a regular terminology, whatever we are calling it as a tailoring or cloth related activity or thread related is a normal language. When we compare from the skill council for persons with disability, CPWD job roles, it can be called as sewing machine operation. So for referring to the sewing machine operation trade, these skills and competencies are very much required. So these are the things, images for your understanding, stitching cloth or threading with a needle threader. It is a common problem even for the normal person for inserting thread. So by applying this needle threader, you can insert the thread into the needle. So slowly we can start the activity by patchwork or lace stitching or fall stitching. So we can engage the students. So again, the diagrammatic part from competencies to the implications. So these are the work competencies. We have to focus on the thread related or cloth related activities, marking, measuring, then pedaling, then little bit of filing, fixing, inserting, then flywheel rotation, folding cloth, cleaning cloth, counting cloth items, if it is a non-woven or ultrasonic kind of things. So these type of competencies we have to put attention for the needy students, especially for the women with ID. Bobbin insertion, then cutting the cloth with the scissors, then marking and measuring with the different kind of measuring tools. So the raw materials are these items, third column, cloth, needles, thread, scissor, cutter. While using all these items, we have to give orientation. Orientation in the sense naming the tools and using the tools. So whatever be the materials you are using, we have to know the name of the tool. After that, how to use that particular material. For example, scissor or needle threader or etc. Whatever be the thing. So after completion of this work competency development program on the thread related activity, we can refer a particular person on different cloth related activities such as fall stitching, petticoat preparation, petticoat making, then pillow covers making, then tablecloth, different kind of tablecloths, for example, washing machine or refrigerator, etc., TV cloth like that. Then stitch dress, then some kind of different kind of cloth stitchings, then handwork to blouses, then the garments making and customized bags. So these are the implications of the training. So, so this is about the competencies related to thread related, then the implication part in the cloth related or thread related activity. So these are the advantages if you undertake a particular person on this work competencies of thread related activities. Similarly, we have a n number of competencies. If you can see, artwork in the sense drawing, piercing, tracing, painting, printing, embossing, block print. So these are all competencies with related to artwork. These are the images for your information. Naki work, Kamdani, pasting paper related, mehendi paintings, then painting for the glass painting activities. So like that, assembling activity, punching, riveting, inserting, fitting, tightening the thread, then frames, squeezing, turning, etc. So these are all things included in assembling kind of activity. Assembling in the sense, again, machine operations, simple machine operations, tools and machine related in the sense heavy duty machine operations. Slowly we have to introduce the complexity kind of activities. For example, basic machine operations, for example, spiral bending machine operation, lamination machine operation, then pinning machine, acrylic bending machine operations, Xerox machine operation. Then for the tie and die related activities, washing machine operation. So these are the heavy duty kind of machine operations we have to teach to the students. So here we have to focus the competencies related to the autistic students based on their capacities and their interest. We have to encourage the students. We have to motivate the students for different kind of machine operations. Simultaneously, we have to teach them safety skills also. These are the pictorial representations for different kind of machine operations. So screen printing is a manual, at the same time machine operations. So all these things are available in the NIEPID website. If you want to see, you can click in the YouTube channel, NIEPID YouTube channel. So all these activities and digital teaching learning materials available in the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, if you want to browse those kind of materials, digitalized material, just type in the YouTube channel NIEPID India. Then you will get vocational related TLMs for your understanding. Similarly, woodwork related activities. Again, it includes marking, measuring, cutting, filing, polishing, nailing, screwing and unscrewing, etc. Similarly, the other activities, sheet pasting, removing, sorting beads, cleaning sheet, dusting the things, then material spacing, naming tools, then single punch operation, double punch using, stapler using, lining cloth, lining with the scale, sticking tapes, then locking and unlocking, stapling pins, eyelet punching, etc. All these things included different kind of work competencies as in major activities. So how we can include all these work competencies in our day-to-day program plan? Participants, all of you are aware we are dealing in a different kind of different category of PWDs and different skills and traits and characteristics of developmental disabilities and autistic students. So while dealing all these kind of things, we have to plan the program with regard to their degree of the disability and with regard to their nature of the condition and their level of performance. Suppose if a person having a complexity or whatever be the severity, then we have to plan the individual curriculum. So the definition of the curriculum, it is very clearly mentioned in the footnote. Curriculum is a planned program of instruction. Curriculum means it's a planned program of instruction. Generally, whatever be the regular education system we are following. So in our regular education system, we used to call it as an index or whatever be the timetables we used to follow. However, in the special education program or vocational training program, while dealing with special needs students, we have to follow different kind of curriculums, individual curriculums, then group curriculums. Okay, so from the morning to whatever be the winding up session, from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we can plan activities. So like this is an example for your information. Monday to Friday, I mentioned from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. So whatever be the first hour activity, we have to plan for the preparation. Preparation in the sense, just warming up activities. So a person is coming from their home in the sense, we have to understand their way of thinking, their approach, their involvement, their interaction and all those things. So slowly we have to bring their thinking kind of skills towards a optimum level or whatever be the target oriented kind of activities. That is the reason whenever a person is entered into the special school or vocational training, the special educators or instructors or professionals will follow the activities called preparation activities such as meditation, prayer, yoga, physical fitness activities, etc. Then after half an hour or 40 minutes of activity, then we can go for the work-related academics. Generally, the morning hours, students will give the priority for the academic activities. Slowly, we can plan the activities related to art and craft activities or specific job skill kind of training. Means some kind of vocationalization or preparation towards a work-oriented program. So like that, if you can plan a particular activity, it will be feasible for them for understanding academic activities as well as vocational activities. So this is an idea. It's a research-based idea. For your information, I am sharing. Participants, or different kind of curriculum plans you have to prepare for the students in the autism group. Okay. So it depends upon the degree of the disability. So mild level in the sense you can use some kind of curriculums. So group activities you have to follow. Then particular hour in the sense morning hour or evening hour, you can plan the individual timetables according to the nature of the skills. So first hour generally we used to plan the warm-up activities. Then the next activities are functional related academics. For example, number concept, literacy skills, so then color concept, size concept, shape concept, money transactions, means exchange of money related kind of skills. Then slowly we can teach the work activities, for example, specific job skills related to performing a different kind of tools, materials, and equipments. So you can plan activity, orientation activity. So what type of tools generally used for making one end, the orientation on naming the things and using the things. So probably we can plan with the kitchen related activities for the post-secondary and pre-vocational students. Then slowly we can plan with the some other activity. So this is what idea. Then after we can plan the computer related activity for encouraging towards system oriented operation, domestic data entry training. The actual terminology is domestic data entry training. So generally we used to call it as computer training, but the SCPWD job role is a domestic data entry training. So in that we have to teach the skills on typing master for typing skills. Then step by step we can increase the complexity in teaching and training the computer related operation. Then the afternoon hours, again it is difficult to engage a student in a work related academics as well as a work oriented program. So that is the reason here we have to engage a group activity, example community utilization skills. So 2 to 3 activity is a group activity. So in that group activity, we can plan community utilization skills, example, orientation about the bank, post office, hotel, supermarket, restaurant, garden, park, cinema hall, then bus stop, railway station, so etc. So many things. So what are that is community utilization activities, then how to use that particular accessories. Suppose for example, if you want to teach a banking skills, so they should know about the bank, different kind of banks, State Bank or Andhra Bank, like that, different types of bank. Then when you enter into the bank, what type of things you will do? Generally either the transactions, means depositing the thing or withdrawing. So here you have to teach the deposit form, then withdraw form. So all these kind of things we have to give exposure for the banking skill. Then the next day, post office, suppose how to write the post card or whatever the letter writing format, then what is the use of address. So all those things we can. Then suppose if you want to engage in a supermarket, suppose for purchasing any kind of shopping skills, so how can we proceed for a shopping supermarket or what all the things. So these things we can teach in this time 2 to 3:30 for community utilization skill. So I would like to give a clear-cut picture regarding this community utilization skills. So every time we are focusing on functional related academics only. Participants, understand my concept. So in the 4 walls of classroom, right from the pre-primary to pre-vocational, every time the special educator or professional is his or her target is developing a particular academic skills only. But the application part, very less amount of time we have. Understand? So once you expose the skills on money concept or academic addition, counting and all those things, where they will apply. So the shopping skills, then the utilities of the bank, then going for a shopping kind of things. So they have to understand. They have to understand the use of signature. They have to understand the writing number in a word form. For example, you are teaching a number in word form, 500 rupees, FIVE, HUN, DRED. What is the use of writing number in word form? So here we have to apply, because this is the critical time, and post-secondary stage and pre-vocational stage, we have to teach the skills on generalization and application part. So that is the reason afternoon hours, whatever be the time allotted to the special educators for the needy people. So we can plan these kind of activities for generalization. Okay. So then after 3 to whatever be the 3:30 to 4 o'clock, we can plan the activities for language and communication skills improvement. For example, self-advocacy or recreational activities, extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, leisure time activities, etc. So many things is there for improving the socialization skills. Socialization includes wishing, smiling, sharing, greeting, respecting. It's not an activity of four walls of classroom. It includes so many things. So that is the reason. So we have to plan these activities in a special platform. So understand participants. I would like to give 1 minute break before going to this slide. So if you have any idea, then you can feel free to ask. So
yes, if any queries, go ahead, ask sir.
So here I am increasing the criticality and the difficulty levels of the student. Slowly I am imposing on a particular activity. Activity in the sense, whatever be the target oriented activity from our side. So my intention, and I want to improve the student on particular activity, work related activity, or specific job skill activity, or particular vocational training activity. Slowly I am engaging the person from his level to my level. So that is what the idea here about the planning the curriculum. So one more information I would like to share for the planning the curriculum, then the principles of curriculum. There is again another picture for your information. So there are a different kind of criteria followed in the curriculum development. That is actually the simple criteria: goal oriented criteria, age appropriate, need based, level appropriate, comprehensive, creative, innovative, etc. Manoj sir, can I call after 10 minutes? 5 minutes after I will call. Okay. Right. No questions from your side?
I think so. You can go ahead. At last, they will.
Okay, fine. So this is again a different kind of kits we have to plan for teaching the skills. So just now I shared about the competencies. So for each and every activity or sub activity or related activity, we have to plan some kind of materials. Then only we can. It is easy to develop the competencies. Okay. For your information, I am sharing a different kind of kits to you. So these are actually for adolescent level group. So the TLM means teaching learning materials. So there are different kind of teaching learning materials. Suppose if you are observing ID students, in the sense Government of India is distributing 4 types of kits: kit 1 to kit 4. That is for developing sensor integration, language and communication, other functional related kind of skills. For vocationalization, there is no exact TLM kits. It depends upon the need of the workstation. We can plan the kits. Workstation in the sense where the actual work is carried out. Participants, sometimes I am using technical terms. You can just observe the technical terms. See, in our normal classrooms, education, generally we used to call it as a classrooms: first class, second class, third class, like that. For a special education class, pre-primary, primary, secondary, pre-vocational, etc. For vocational training, here we should not call as a class. We have to call it as a workstation. Workstation means where the actual work is carried out. Where the actual work is carried out. So in a vocational training section, whatever be the departments are providing the work activity training or vocational services, so they have a certain amount of capacities and platforms existing in their work activity sections. For example, raw materials, tools, machinery, equipments, etc. So depends upon the availability of the infrastructure and facilities, they will plan in a systematic way in the particular 10 by 10 SFT of room. So what is that criteria for putting all this machinery in the sense? I will give one idea. Suppose if you are making a scribbling pad making with a bookbinding workstation, it's a basic idea because maximum amount of organizations having this kind of setup. Okay, so bookbinding activity in the sense, the first activity is the folding papers. So the left side portion, if you assume in a U-shaped workstation or classroom arrangement, first you have to do the folding papers. Then after the pinning or creasing activity, then pinning, then after perforation, then after label pasting, then after cutting, then after gumming, then drying. Like that, the subtasks will be included in that particular activity. So it is a step-by-step activity and step-by-step task. There are around 8 to 10 subtasks. So each and every subtask, if you divide two like that, 2 fours are. So 8 subtasks we have to divide in a particular way that in that hierarchy, normal working area, maximum working area, extended working area. So we have to plan the activities, normal working area, whatever be the raw materials, simple materials, whatever you are using. So those things we can plan it in a workstation or table. So whatever be the materials you are using, very rarely or machine related activities, we can keep those kind of things in a particular place that is little bit far from your sitting posture. Okay, suppose if you are sitting in a 10 SFT of place, whatever be the existing chair, so with your elbow to your 4 fingers, that is the normal working area. So beyond that limits the extended working area. So the extended working area part includes the machinery, then whatever be the other materials you are using for the performing different kind of tasks. So like that we can divide the work activities. So like that each and every workstation having a different kind of materials, tools, machinery. So like if you plan the particular activities in that way, so there are different kind of work activities we have to divide. So like that for each and every workstation having a different kind of TLMs for vocational students. Here I am putting the picture. It's a clear picture about the work activities TLM kit, vocationalized kit. See participants, you can observe the serial number wise kit name, grooming kit, for teaching the students for the personal appropriation, then the dressing kit, makeup and etc. kind of thing, beautician kit, then shaving kit for the adolescent level students, then socialization kit, which includes flashcards. Okay, then language skills kit, then fine motor kit. It includes all the materials, for example, developing fine motor skills such as tripod grasp, opponent grasp, palmar grasp, spherical grasp, cylindrical grasp, hook grasp. There are 8 types of grasps. So those type of things we can improve with this fine motor kit. Then time concept kit. So every time we used to teach the students in a time skills, timing skills, for example, hours hand and minutes hand. But this is the stage 12 years, 15 years age groups. In the sense, it is very difficult to teach all these kind of things in a systematic way. Here we have to plan alternative method. Alternative method in the sense we can use it a digital clock. Digital clock, what it includes, it has an option of left hand side portion is the hours hand, right hand side portion is the minutes hand. So if you can teach like this a digital class, it is easy to understand the students. So 4 hours 30 minutes, 2 hours 15 minutes. So like that we can teach further by using the digital clock concept. The next one, color concept. We can use different kind of flashcards and color items, then different kind of objects for teaching the color concept. Initially we can teach the primary colors, RGY, red, green and yellow. Then after we can go for the WIBGR colors, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, like that, 7 colors. So primary colors 3 colors, then after 7 colors, then after you can go for the color mixing, different kind of color creation and all those things, and applying the colors for making different kind of end products. Okay, then the next one, money concept kit. It includes coins and currencies. So first of all, we have to teach the identification part. Once you complete the identification skills, then you can go for the counting concept. So how you will teach the counting concept? If you have an idea, I will tell one example. Suppose if you are introducing a particular concept about the counting things, so I want to introduce a 1 rupee concept. How we can teach a particular concept? You have to use different 1 rupee coins. For example, 10 1 rupee coins you can hold and you can teach 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee. Don't introduce a new concept here. So the particular day and that whole day you can teach the concept of 1 rupee only. So here we should not introduce the new concept. So after completion of the 1 rupee concept, then the next day or the next step, you have to introduce the new concept, 2 rupee. Only 2 rupee you have to teach. 2 rupee, 2 rupee, 2 rupee like that. So the student will understand what is 1 rupee, then what is 2 rupee. So after completion of this stage, slowly we have to teach. We have to mix the 1 rupees and 2 rupees. Then you can ask the student for differentiating 1 rupees and 2 rupees. We have to ask the student differentiating 1 rupees and 2 rupees in the clubbed one. So student will easily remove the 1 rupee coins in the one side, the other side he will remove the 2 rupee coins. Like this, the way of teaching we have to plan with the teaching methods or teaching principles, so then stages of teaching. So all these things, special education techniques we have to follow for the concept teaching. Then after this level, we can go for the exchange of currency. If you are taking a particular child to the shop, then where you are purchasing a pencil for a 5 rupees, the denomination, whatever be the 10 rupee you are giving to the shopkeeper, how much amount you will get. So for 10 rupees, after purchasing 5 rupees over in the sense, then the remaining 5 rupees, how you will get. So the denomination part, the transaction things we have to teach. Okay, then size concept, 11th one. So it includes different kind of sizes, small, big, the equal kind of things. Then the shape concept kit. It includes different kind of shapes, circle, oval, square, rectangle, diamond shape. So all these things. Why all these things are very much essential for vocationalizations in the sense? So people has to prepare different kind of objects, materials. They have to maintain quality. They have to maintain the quantity. So all these things they have to incorporate while performing a particular vocational activity. So that is the reason we have to incorporate all these kind of items, including in the kits, so that we can develop the competencies, work competencies by involving or incorporating with this TLM kit. Then the next one is measuring kit. It includes normal, means whatever be the normal weighing items, then the digital weighing. So better you have to teach the digital weighing instead of teaching the natural or whatever be the normal weighing kind of things, or 250 kg, pow kg, 500 gram or whatever be the things. So nowadays everybody is using a digital kind of weighing things. Not even in supermarkets also, right? The bazaars and supermarkets. So that is the reason we have to teach the updated versions. Okay. Then the next one, we can plan for the first aid kit. Each and every workstation must and should keep this first aid kit, because students are using different kind of raw materials, different kind of materials, small items, different kind of equipments. For example, a spanner, screwdriver, cutting equipments, cutting tools, and etc. So that is the reason we have to keep a first aid kit in each and every workstation. Understand, participants? So we have to keep first aid kit in the post-secondary pre-vocational setups. Then the next one, carpentry kit, if you are teaching a particular photo frames and all this kind of wood related activities. Then the drawing kit, it includes all the prerequisite kind of drawing stencils. Nowadays, if you go to a stationery or emporium kind of things, so you will get n number of kits for this drawing kits, stencils available for painting, drawing, and embossing kind of things. Then next one is a tailoring kit. Just now I mentioned it includes all the items: thread, cloth, bobbin, markers, crayons, small scissor, etc. Then jewelry kit for making artificial jewelry. It's not actual jewelry, gold and silver kind of things. So once one particular level, you can teach all those kind of things, but initially we have to plan the artificial jewelry kind of things. So these materials also we can plan and teach to the students. Then computer kit, it includes all the pen drive, CD, keyboard, mouse, etc. So by using these items, so they can improve their skills with regard to the computer machine operations. Then assembling kit. Assembling kit in the sense one kind of screwing and unscrewing kind of wooden pegboards. It includes the nut bolt, then screwdriver, screws, etc. Then handicraft items for making paper related, handmade paper related activities, for preparation of paper stands, pen stands, etc. Then the gardening kit, it includes different items for performing gardening related skills. Then the next one is a domestic skill improvement kit. It includes the flashcards. So whatever be the materials you are using in a kitchen activity, so they should understand what exactly the material, different kind of bowls and different kind of utensils, kitchen utensils we have to show in a flashcard manner. Okay. So those type of things we can keep in this domestic activities kit. Then the next one is a stationary items kit. It includes all the pencil, single punch, double punch, then tags, paperweight, etc. And then tracing kit, tracing activity kits for making butter paper preparation and glass painting related activities. Sports kit, it includes simple materials, in-house preparation, in-house sports related material, playway method materials. Then the last one is the forms orientation. It includes so many items, only 28 only here I am mentioning for teaching work competencies, vocational competencies for the adolescent level students. Forms orientation in the sense different kind of form exposure we have to give. For example, postcard, then withdrawal form, deposit form, bank application form, election application form. So like that, then passport application form. So like that, there are different kind of application forms, railway reservation form, so etc. So participants, you have to understand all these kind of things, forms orientation kind of things. So that is the reason we have to apply all the learned things, whatever be the teaching in a acquisition stage. There are different kind of stages of learning. All of you are special educators, you are well aware of these stages of learning: acquisition, maintenance, fluency, and generalization. Clear? Acquisition, maintenance, fluency, and generalization. So these are the stages of learning. So every time special educators are focusing in the four walls of classroom, whatever be the special education related kind of curriculums, will focus about the concept oriented only. But the thing is the application part also very important, like a co-curricular activities. So we have to give exposure by teaching all these kind of forms orientation skills, by taking them into the actual setups. For example, bank or post office, or so whatever be the utilities, community utilities. Okay. So these are the idea I am sharing to you people. So for this, we can plan the materials and you can develop the competencies. So around 28 only I mentioned here. So etc. So many things you can add more. It depends upon the availability of the infrastructure at that particular place or at your organization. Okay. So depends upon your availability of infrastructure. You can plan the TLM kits for developing different kind of work competencies and skills to the students with autism. So this is about the brief idea, participants, for your information. Once you attain all this kind of things, then you can refer for a pre-vocational training or vocational training for a specific or comprehensive kind of short duration training or longitudinal vocational training. So this is a simple conclusion I am sharing to you. So socialization, after completion of this, you have to plan for the improvement of the skills related to socialization, that is wishing, smiling, sharing, greeting, respecting, etc. These things are very much essential because every time they used to involve in a different activities, in a curricular concepts, co-curricular concepts, then extracurricular activities, then the leisure time activities. So different activities they have to perform. That is the reason we have to emphasize, we have to perform, we have to give the opportunities with regard to the SWOT analysis. Okay. So socialization also we have to take care of while teaching all these work competencies. Then only the student, we can expect the positive result oriented outcomes from the clientele side. And these are very much essential for any kind of vocation. Okay. So while performing the task, a specific program on community utilization and socialization need to be included in home run program for persons with autism. So here what we have to do, we have to engage the family members, community family members, in the sense, suppose if in a single family, whatever be the nuclear family in the sense, mother, father, siblings in the sense. So they can plan the activities morning hour, 1 hour, evening 1 hour, mother, father, then evening hours, so whatever be the activities if they have for a shopping related activities, siblings can take them along with their brother or sister. So by participating all these kind of things, we can include all these skills for independent living. Thank you. If you have any questions from your side, feel free to ask participants.
As dear participants, if you have any queries regarding the transition program or occasional training, you can ask, sir.
Planning means preparation. So for every activity, we have to plan and with regard to their condition, the degree of disability or the level of condition. For example, I would like to share information. Suppose if in your class, 10 students or 8 students is there. So few students are mild level students, few students are moderate students, few students are severity, and 1 or 2 students are behavioristic students. So here you have to plan your activities with regard to their mild students and moderate students and severity students. So you can club the activities mild and moderate in one way. Then you have to plan additional activity or curriculum for separate to the severity group. Yes. Instead of teaching several activities, just here I am sharing to you people because this is the online platform. I am giving an idea for you all the people. Yes, you are correct, sir. Sujit. So we can focus only one particular activity for autistic students, not only autistic, specific category of PWID. Only thing is that initial we have to give opportunities for several activities for a particular duration. Either it is a 1 month or 3 months. After 3 months observation, we will get an idea where the particular candidate will fit. Either he will fit in a manufacturing related paper related activity, or he will fit in a cloth related activity, or he will fit in a service oriented activity, or he will fit in a assembling kind of activity. So we will get an idea after 1 month or 3 months duration. Then we can go for the comprehensive training for a 6 months or 1 year duration. Any more?
Any other queries, participant?
You can type in the chat box, please.
If any queries, you can type in the chat box. We have shared you the assessment test link as well in the chat box. You can go ahead, answer your questions, okay? And even we have shared you the feedback form as well. So overall feedback form. Mr. Gauri, can you share one more time the link? Some of the participants have not, they have some technical problem. Srinivasulu sir, we'll wait for another 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. Then we have a vote of thanks from our vice principal.
Yeah, sure.
She has already joined. Thank you, sir. Yes, we have shared the link one more time. Just check it out, those who have not received. If you all guys are done, just type in the chat box that it's done so that we can proceed and close our 2 day theory program. I think the participants have done with the test. I request Shridevi Madam to give a vote of thanks to our participants and resource person, and as well as NIPMED Chennai, who has given an opportunity to collaborate with them. Madam, you can go ahead. Shridevi ma'am. Shridevi ma'am, it's audible. Shridevi ma'am, it's audible to you.
Yes, it is audible. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, it's audible, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. So formally, we would like to end it today, yesterday and today's program of CRE. I thank Mr. everyone whoever has participated and making this as a grand success. Personally, I thank Mr. Nachket Raut for the inaugurating and his special induction into it. The I would like to thank S. Shankara Narayan for his special address about the program and all the gist. I would like to thank Mr. Rajesh Ramchandran, Rehabilitation Officer of Clinical Psychology, for his small introduction regarding the intervention process for autism spectrum disorder. I equally thank Mr. S.R. Joshi for his assessment in autism and report writing. I would like to thank Mrs. Aishwarya for planning intervention in classroom for autism children. I would like to thank Mr. Sultan, Assistant Professor, for his educational transition from school to work for the student with the ASD. As of today's program, I would like to thank all the dignitaries, Mr. Thomas, the head of special educational needs, Trivandrum, for his contribution towards the total communication approach for children with autism. I would like to thank Dr. JVD Prasad, physiotherapist, regarding the Swiss ball activities for autistic kids. I would like to thank Mr. Sudhir Kumar, HOD Department of Skill Training Autism Child Guidance Center, for his contribution towards the technology adoption in implementation for persons with autism. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. G. Srinivasulu, Assistant Professor, for the complete overall lookout about the work competency development and implementation for skill development of adult person with autism. So I have, in a small gist, this program, whatever Sweekaar has initiated, turned out to be a grand success. And I thank every participant, each and everyone, for their contribution towards it. And I would like to thank our coordinator, Suraj sir, also for coordinating and bringing everybody on the same dais and making this as a successful program with all the assessments from the collected from the students and all. Thank you all. Thank you one and all. Suraj sir, I think we can issue the certificates for the successful candidates also.
Yes, ma'am, we will be issuing the certificates. We have received the assessment scores. We need to compute it. By tomorrow afternoon, we will be sending via their email.
Okay. So all the participants who have actively taken part into the assessments after every sessions are entitled to get the certificates. So we have your recordings of your mail address and all that. So shortly, we will see to that this certificate reaches you in time. Thank you for making this as a grand success. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Dear participants, if you have any queries last time, you can go ahead and ask me so that we can clarify and we
Yes,
can
Suraj
end it.
sir, namaste
Yeah,
here. This is Shiva
yes.
here. Sir, I have not received the day one attendance link.
It's like a ma'am automatic. Automatic, we will get your names and we have sent you the attendance link in the group as well. We will match that. If not, anyways, we have the online, attendance sheet. So it
Okay.
doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah, so day two I filled it. Day one I have not got
we
it.
will send you that. We have the self-generated attendance. So
Okay,
no
okay,
issues with that.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, and it was very nice, sir. It was very nice to be the part of this webinar. Very nice. Very
Thank you
nice.
very much, madam. Thank you
Very
very
nice.
much.
Yeah.
We'll be looking forward to conduct such in future.
Sure, sure, sir. Sure.
Anybody else? Those who want to
Sir,
give their feedback, yeah.
sir, first day evaluation paper I didn't submit, sir.
Yeah, you all guys have mentioned due to some technical problem. So we will be sharing in the group today. You can take those questions, okay?
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody, any participant who like to give a feedback or not to, if not, we'll end it.
If any
Anyways, we will
suggestions,
get,
we can
yeah.
take the
Sir,
suggestions,
please
sir.
send. Sir, please
Yes, sir.
send 8th evaluation form, sir.
Yeah, it's
Assignments.
it's we I think we have shared you in the chat box. Can you check in the chat box?
No, sir.
One second. We'll share you one more time. Today's like last session, right?
Oh, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Okay, sir. I
you
will receive
received.
the.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, only I will receive the feedback form, sir.
One second. I'll send you the test link.
Test link also. Okay. Feedback.
Yeah, I think it is shared already. Just check it out. Yeah.
How many days? How many days send the certificate, sir?
We'll send by tomorrow afternoon.
So mail send the mail.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Attendance certificate also send the mail, sir.
Yeah, we will send you the your CRE certificate with your marks.
Marks oh, by mistake fail. What?
Uh, if you receive if you are at 69.9, we'll give you certificate. Even if you're 65, we'll try to push it down. Okay.
Sir, I am. So today I am so busy in the
Uh-huh.
classwork. Today exam I'm not satisfied.
You're not satisfied.
I am not satisfied.
So we'll check your scores. Okay.
Please give the merit certificate, sir.
It's the RCI
So
norms. We have
I
to
most
follow that.
important theory points in future. Please send the certificate, sir.
We will follow the
Please
norms.
uncountable the exam
We will follow the norms. We will try to do the best, sir. Don't worry.
as possible as. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajendra.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any, sir, you can take any suggestions regarding any other topics to be included in our next coming up webinars also.
Yes, dear participant, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
good
sir.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Mamta here.
Yeah, good
Yes.
afternoon,
Sir,
madam.
yeah, firstly, it was really great, the webinar, the organization, and the test and everything. And we were like totally engrossed into it so that we at least score 70 and above. That was the only thing. Like small children, we were glued to the laptop actually the whole day since yesterday. Thank you for that. The only feedback or I don't know, a suggestion, I don't know, was like whenever the tests were completed, or at least at the end of
Mhm.
the day, if you can give us the correct answers, because how will we know that we were wrong and where we were wrong?
That's what we are
So
going to
I
give you
just
the
was
correct
worried about that.
answers. We are going to give you the correct answer written on your certificate.
Oh, okay.
And those who don't receive certificate, that means they have scored less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will send you that. We are doing that because we have to take the average of all the sessions and come up with a
Okay.
final one.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And just one more thing. I think if we can do some more of case studies, sir, at least we can discuss about it so that we can have a first-hand information from the experts, actually.
Yes, your
If that is
suggestions will
possible.
be taken, ma'am. We
Yeah.
will try out to get such topics from our coordinating bodies so that we can go ahead and
Yeah.
plan some programs like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And it was really good. Really good. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, Suraj sir, Shiba here again.
Yes.
Continuing what Mamta ma'am was saying,
Mm-hmm.
case study regarding behavior modification with children on the spectrum, if it is possible. We
Yes.
can get it.
Yeah, in future, surely we try to engage such programs.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a suggestion. Yeah, it's just a suggestion.
Your suggestions matter because once you give a suggestion, that only we can, plan it out and go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay.
Um, Anybody else? Thank you, all dear participants. Is anybody that side? Nipmed, sir,
Yes.
Manigandan, sir. Uh,
Sir,
yes.
why not as a program like this on ADHD also?
Yeah, ma'am. I think there are a lot of programs going on all over
Yeah.
country, organized by NIPMED as well as
Mhm.
NIPID, the central bodies. They are already organizing such. So once we get those links, we will be sharing you surely. We have created a group, right? So that you can have, because whatever the topic we have received from the NIPMED, we are trying to collaborate with it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Um, Sir,
Sir,
yeah, yes, yes.
today I had used this mobile
Uh-huh.
for attending the sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not the registered one. So, and even the test I had
You have not registered, or you were not able, I didn't get you.
the
You were not able to open the link?
yesterday the one
So maybe we have the mail IDs, no? So I hope we can go.
We have created a group, right? So in that group, we'll share you a final time. You can try to answer today. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It's anybody, sir. Thank you very much, NIPMED Department of Social Work. I can see that. But anything, any instructions, sir, for us, or shall we, um, you know, close it for today? I think, ma'am, we are done, so we can
Yes.
close it for.
Okay.
Thank you once again, all dear participants.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suresh, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Suraj sir.
Thank you, Suraj sir.